Hi, welcome back to Box of Lights. Welcome to the Imperium playthrough. Right, it's our turn, and we've got a little bit of work to do, I think. So let's start with some exhausts. I'm going to activate Game 1 action. Mysticism is pretty good, right? Let's see now. I'm going to use Druids. Pay 1 population to break through for an uncivilized card. Now we're taking the Jade Mask. Shout out to Pito, who's been following along. Yes, every now and again I accidentally chuck one of these 5-pointers down when I meant to do a 1-pointer, but hopefully I'm spotting them and fixing them when I do. Okay, there's 2 progress. Let's take the Jade Mask. This is a breakthrough, so we'll leave the unrest here. That goes to my hand, that goes to my discard. And refresh. And we've got a city. City is good too. So that was action number 1. Action number 2, I'm going to play the Jade Mask. Draw up to 3 cards and then return a card to the top of your deck. 3, 1, 2, 3, and then return a card. I had to check with Nigel on this one. Returning a card to the top of your deck means return from your hand. Return from your hand. It is a penalty. I don't think it matters. I'll put Mountain back down. Discard. Alright, that gives me a few more options. Let's see. Action number 3. Let's play Floodplain. And it says you may put a card from your discard pile into history. I don't want to do that. As it goes. Exile a card from the market and then you may garrison a card. I don't want to do that either, but I have to exile a card. Let's exile this city, I think. Refresh from the market is leadership. Now I can exhaust the ports because I've got another water droplet in. So that's 1 material. I can then exhaust the shrine, pay 1 material to draw a card. No, hang on. I really like that leadership, but how can I get it? How can I get it? I think the best chance I've got is with my final action, play Celtica. It says you may place a card of your choice from your discard pile on top of your deck and you may garrison a card. Druid's back on top of my deck. Now I exhaust the shrine. Pay 1 to draw a card. Druids. Which I can then use next time to get the leadership. Oh, that should be this, not this. Okay, progress. Leadership. Refresh our tokens. Discard any number of cards. I want to keep them. Draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's it. It's a 5. Okay. Oh, glory. Ouch. Glory says abandon 3 regions. 1, 2, 3. I've got 2 left. And then gain the top card of the Fame deck, which is marvellous. That goes on top of their deck, which would have been empty otherwise. Okay, discard Glory. Next. Great. So there's the Fame from last time. Spend all population, there's 3 of them, to gain 3, progress. Let's give him 5, take away 2. Okay. And then put Great into history. Next. Oh, prosperity. Discard the top card from the bot deck. Right, that goes. Good. Gain 1 material and 1 population per region in play. So another one. Yeah, 2 population, 2 material. And I may draw a card. That's discarded. So yeah, I'm going to draw a card. Hibernia. Right, next. I'm kind of glad that happened that way around, right? Advance. My golly, all the name cards coming up. Spend 5 material. Ah, yes, they can spend 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spend 5 to break through for a civilized. So which one's he going to get? There's this one, or this one, or this one. So leadership's worth 2 VPs. This one's worth 5. This one's worth 5. I'll take the leftmost. They're taking cataphracts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And cataphract goes on the top of his discard. On the top of his deck. Okay, advance is discarded. And that's it. Okay, progress goes on Cape. And this is refreshed, I forgot that. So Sacred Pass comes out. Incidentally, I did make a little mistake last time. At one point, we were breaking through for a tributary for the bot last time, and we pulled off a card that wasn't a tributary. I think it was Oasis. Found the tributary, broke through, and then put that back on top. That should have actually been shuffled in. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's what happened next was this came out and got exiled. So, I mean, that could have happened. But it could have also been any other random card. Okay. Alright. Pretty inconsequential as it goes, so let's just move on. This moves down. Refill. That's coming in. There's another unrest. Shuffle up. And it's back to us. Oh no. That's new deck. It's Solstice. So, choose to take an unrest. We'll discard 2 cards. Let's discard 2 cards. I'm going to keep hold of these regions. You may discard a card to return an unrest from your discard. I don't have any. That's it. Okay, on to my turn. Exhaust, getting an action. First action is going to be Mountain. Gain 3 materials. Exile a card from the market and you may garrison a card. I don't want to garrison a card. Instead I'm going to exile Sacred Pass. That shouldn't have an unrest, by the way. But that does, the temple. Now, I'm going to exhaust the cauldron, pay a progress, gain 2 population. Second action is druids. Pay 1 population to break through for an uncivilized. We're grabbing leadership. Breaking through, unrest stays behind. Gain a progress. Refresh here. Heals, unrest goes. Okay, third action. Glory. This card, abandon 3. Yeah, here we go. 1, 2, 3. We're going again. Look at the top 2 cards of the Fame deck and take one of those cards. Should only be 2 cards left. Alright, we've got Awe-Inspiring and Praiseworthy. Awe-inspiring says increase your hand size by 1, and it's 7 victory points. Praiseworthy is 7 victory points if it's in your history, 3 otherwise, and you can break through any type of card. I'm going to take awe-inspiring. I've got 1 action left. I could still do Shrine, by the way. Let's play awe-inspiring. So my hand size is now 7. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Leadership. Do I even want to move to Empire? I'm not sure I do, you know. Right, just before we're done, I want to exhaust the port now. Exhaust, gain 1 material per water droplet. I don't have any. I did have. You might be saying, well, why didn't you do it before? Well, the reason why is because of the next part. So I get the materials. You may pay 3 materials to draw a card from of your choice from your discard pile. Pay 3 materials. I'm going to take glory back. I'm going to keep hold of leadership. Before increase my hand size by 1. My hand size is now 7. Yeah, I think we're done. I think we're done here. And I've got 1, 2. I can play Hibernia, pull back a region, get 3 regions, and glory again next time. Wow. Will this work? Let's place a progress on heels. Then, golly, so many exiled cards. I can discard. I don't want to discard anything. Draw back up to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, not worried about any of that. I should do this first. And then we move to the bot. It's 4. That's the region. Discard the top card, play it, exile from the market. So discard Prosperity. Forest goes in, he's got 3. Exile the temple. Redraw Axiomites. I seem to be on a kind of a set path now, so I don't know, we'll see what the bot does. It's an attack card. We didn't want that. We didn't want that. Recall a region, take an unrest. So we've only got, I don't have any regions in play yet, do I? No. No. Take an unrest. Okay. Okay, that's discarded. Next. Triumvirate. If able, spend 3 population. They only have 2 to break through. If able, otherwise, acquire a region. Yep, that's what they're going to do. Region. This one's worth 2 VP, so they're taking this one. Refresh. Minoans. And then lastly, advance. Spend 5 materials, they don't have any. Acquire Shadow. I'm taking both of these. Refresh. Boats. Get some unrest. Progress here. And then redeal. They've got a thick deck now. Okay, Solstice. Choose take or discard 2 cards. I'm going to discard 2 cards. And then Solstice, discard a card to put this one back in the unrest pile. I think that's it. Yes. My turn. Exhaust. Gain an action. Action number 1 is playing Hibernia. You may draw a card from your discard pile, which is going to be Celtica. Is that the right one? I don't think it is actually. No, let's switch that. Let's take Mountain instead. That's better. Action 2, Mountain. Gain 3 materials. Exile a card from the market and you may garrison a card. So exile Axomites. Elders comes in. Okay. Third action, Belgica. You may draw a card, you may garrison a card. Draw Woodland. Fourth action, Glory. Again. Abandon 3. And grab a Fame. Maybe this is bad timing, but we will see. There's only 1 card left. We ignore King of Kings, alright? Until this deck is empty, we ignore King of Kings. So we can't take 2, we can only take 1. Draw it, it's ours. And it is praiseworthy. So we've really done a job of this cycle of glory. Put this card into your history or breakthrough. Yeah, I like it. So that's going here, that's going here. Right, I'm out of actions, but I do have one more option. I could draw a card and recycle my deck. I don't want to. I could use Port again, which I do want to. Exhaust. Pay 3. I've got 3. That's all I've got. Taking glory back. Right, this is going to be interesting. Now I do have leadership, which is a free play. Draw a card or put a card from your hand or disc pile into your history. So I'm actually going to play leadership. And I'm going to put praiseworthy in my history. I think that's what I want to do. Just doing a double check. Yeah, nothing else wants to be. Well, Jade Mask likes to be in my history, but Cattle Raid is good. Lets me attack him. I think I'm going to keep. Yeah, I'm going to keep Cattle Raid. All right, I'm going to keep these. So we're going to draw back up to 7, 4 cards. So we're grabbing, we've only got 2 left from our, it's a Conquer from our Nation deck. Exhaust that. Reshuffle. And obviously I'm looking for regions, right? And there is one up in the market. And we're in a bit of a race here because the market deck is also nearly empty. So this is going to be interesting. I think the game end is close. We need to be adding a progress. Boats. Did that in slightly wrong order. I should be exhausting that now and then redrawing back up. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hibernia, City, Belgica, Floodplain. Perfect. Perfect. Good. Okay, bots. Number 1. Let's see what you got. Unrest. Oh. It's been a while since we've seen one of these. So, gain a population, put this into history. Okay. Region. Discard the top card. Play it and exile Elders. Agriculture. Next. Oh, another one. Play it. Exile Agriculture. Diplomacy. Just 2 cards left. Progress here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 card left in their deck. I like that they got rid of Roman expansion. Solstice. Discard 2. Discard 2. That's mysticism done. You may discard a card to return. We don't need shrine. That's it. You may discard yet. Still no unrest here, so we're okay. Okay. Right, let's start. Mysticism, gain an action. Let's think. Action number 1. Belgica. You may draw a card. Britannia. You may garrison a card. Yeah, don't want to. Action number 2. Floodplain. You may put a card from your discard pile into your history. Don't really want to. Exile a card from the markets, which will be Minoans. Marsh comes in. You may garrison a card. Don't want to. Action number 3. Britannia. You may garrison a card. Don't want to. I think now we exhaust ports. Gain 1 material per water icon. That's 2. Action number 4. Glory. Abandon 3. Look at the top 2 cards of the Fame deck and take one of those cards. Left is King of Kings. It says if you would look at one or more Fame cards and there's none in the deck, resolve King of Kings instead. And then once you've resolved it, flip it face down and that triggers game end. So it says we're Barbarian, we're not Empire, gain 6 progress, and then we're going to flip it face down and this triggers game end. Now I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but we've obviously triggered the game end now and we're out of actions. I don't see any benefit from exhausting or drawing a card for the shrine. Now the interesting thing is we do have to play one more round, so maybe I will save my resources. Or do I want to grab anything from my discard pile? I don't think so. I think I'm happy with what we've got. Yeah, let's wrap up this turn. Put a progress out here. Boats. Okay, I'm going to discard both these. No, I'm going to keep Cattle Raid. Okay. Right, these go. These get cleared. Because I guess there was benefit to be had from doing this. So maybe I will pay 1 and exhaust the shrine. Draw a card, just see what it is. Coinage. Yeah. Discard it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, that was alright. We could have done that. That's fine. Alright. So we finish up this round and then we play one more round. So that means we've got one more turn. The bot's got 2 more turns. So almost there, but a little bit to do. And wouldn't you believe it? He's rolled a 6. Let's start. Glory. If Abel abandons 3 to gain the top fame card, he can't do that. Otherwise, gain 1 progress, and you recall a region. We don't have one to recall. Actually, the quick correction, he can. Although the rules say you can only trigger King of Kings once per game, that's each player. So the bot could actually trigger the B side now and take 4 points. So look out for that. Next, Conquer. This is an axe card. Spend 3 population to break through for a tributary. There isn't one. So that means taking 2 VPs instead. Right, or 2 progress rather. Okay. Next. Regent. So discard. Play it. Exile the marsh. Last card from the market. Okay, Marvellous is a Fang. Spend all population. They have none, so this is just going into history. We've reduced the Roman population down to 0. And then we've got a blue card. So discard the 2 top cards, which they can't do. Gain a progress. Put this into history. Okay. And that's it. And they're going to take their final card from their Dynasty deck. The bot deck is actually quite small. Nothing gets a progress because we rolled a 6. They don't quite get as far as their Accession card, which is Julius Caesar. Of course, if it did take this and put it in its deck, then we would now flip to Empire on the Romans and would use this logic instead as it goes. I mean, we're only 1 away as well ourselves, but we'll come to that. Right, Solstice. Take an unrest or discard. Of course I want to discard. Let's discard Triumphant and Cattle Raid. Because they didn't manage to become Empire, this was the only benefit of doing it really. Steal 1 progress from each Empire player. So I'll discard that. And we don't need to do Shrine. And yeah, now it's back to our turn. So final turn. Let's exhaust Mysticism. Take an action. I'm going to exhaust Shrine. Pay a material. To draw a card. I've got Druids. Then I'm going to play Leadership. Free play. Choose a draw a card. I'll put a card in history. Draw a card. Celtica. Next action, I think I'm going to do Jade Mask. So Jade Mask, draw up to 3 cards if able. This one's interesting because it's if able, so we don't get to reshuffle. Right? If it says if able, then you stop drawing. So we just draw 1 card. Okay, and it's advanced, which is what I wanted. And of course I should have returned a card that's on my deck, but I'm about to throw my hand all in anyway and redraw 7, so it doesn't make a difference. But yeah, I forgot to do that piece. I'm going to then, second action, play... No. Play Mountain. I don't know if this is the right thing, but we're going to gain 3 materials. Exile a card from the market, which the only one I can exile is Jungle. Then, third action, I can advance Pay 3 to acquire Onager. It's got 3 progress with it. We do have to take this unrest, which is unfortunate, but I could just get rid of it. Final action, play this, pay a population. Okay, end my turn, put on a progress, put it on boats. Yep. We do get one more card, not that it makes a difference. So Celtic Gold would come in next. It says each other player gains a material, gain 4 material per wheat icon in your play area. And then we've opened up our development deck. Now, how this works, unfortunately we didn't get there, but there's lots of victory points to be had here. So I don't know if coming in this early is the right thing to do. There's lots of VPs here, right? When you get this far, so once you've got your accession card in, when you come to grab a card from your nation deck, instead of grabbing the top card like we've been doing until now, every time we have to reshuffle, yeah? Instead, you get free choice. You can pick one of these 5, pay the development cost. So this one's 4 materials, this one's 2 materials, 2 population, and so on. And then choose which one you want. Okay? So these are pretty powerful developments. Neat, huh? Alright. Last turn then for the bots, and we'll go to scoring. A 5. So discard a card. Play it. Oh, I think this one should be like so. It should. They will get rid of that. Okay, next one. They're attacking me. So we recall into our hand and take an unrest. Swines. Next. Advance. They're going to acquire this, taking 2 more points. And then lastly, prosperity. Discard. They get tons of resources, and I may draw a card. That card is in his hand still, so that does count towards the bot's final score. Also, we would refill the bot hand now, which means we would develop, and they would gain Julius Caesar, but they get some no extra points, so nothing to be gained from doing that. We would do any solstice effects as well. So actually that does mean we could discard this. You may discard a card to return an unrest from your discard pile. So yeah, Shrine and Mysticism work together nicely. We will get rid of this as part of that final solstice, which is important. That's an extra 2 points, not to be sniffed at. I'm going to score them first. So each one of these is a victory point. So that's 10, 15, 20. Every 10 population and material is worth a victory point. So they would have actually got 14, because they got 7 regions in play, 14 at the end there. So that's 1 more victory point. And I'm going to do it like this. That's 21. Every card in the bot's hand, nothing in their dynasty deck, so they go. Okay, they're out of it. But in play area, hand, deck and discard pile, and their history, but you don't score for their power card. Okay, remember the power card acts as if it's completely blank. Okay, so this doesn't count. So that's 1, 4, 9 here. So that's 13, 16, minus 2 is 14, 16, that's 16 points just from these, plus these. Anything with an asterisk VP scores them 5 points, so that's 21. And these score the highest points indicated, so 6 and 2. Takes them up to 29. So we'll add 30, take away 1, that's just 50 points for the bots. If we score 50 or less, we lose, the bot wins. We need more than 50. You ready? We've got 2, 4, 6 here. This one says 1 victory point for 3 permanence cards excluding regions. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 2 points, yeah? So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 11 plus 2, 13. 13 plus those 6, that's 19. These are in my discard pile. Deck, so 21. That's worth nothing because it wasn't in my history. 22, 33, 35, 36, 47, 7 if in history, 54, and this one says 2 victory points per green leaf. So we had 1, 2, 3 here, that's 6, that takes us up to 60, and it's up to a maximum of 10 points actually. Yeah, 64. I think those are pretty low scores, but a victory is a victory. A quick correction, I forgot to take my 6 victory points here, so actually because the bot should have taken 4 here instead of 1, they finished with 3 extra points, 53, and I should have finished with an extra 6, so 70, 53 v 70. There it is then, that was Imperium Classics. We did manage to pip it just by outrunning the bot to fame and glory. Wow, super, loved it, really loved it. Each nation's going to play very, very different. The guys have put a lot of effort, and this is a fun thing of being a designer, right? Figuring out all these cards, working out those combinations. I can't imagine the fun they must have had. Great job, Nigel. Great job, David. Good stuff. Top game. Love the playthrough. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.